Detecting Talk of the Day, September the 20th, 12:30 p.m. This video here is not meant to be an attack on any manufacturer of metal detectors, okay? But the old sharpshooter is going to share some of what he thinks should be happening, okay? And again, I've been thinking about this, talking to Calabash Digger, who's been showing that mighty Minelab CTX and that mighty Minelab Manicore. Alright? Now this could apply to other manufacturers as well. It should. So a manufacturer of metal detectors has a product line. Minelab has several multi-frequency models now, don't they? And they cost different amounts of money. So a person who is wanting to get into metal detecting can go to Minelab.com and they can read, can't they? You could be a medical doctor and be 32 years old and you want to get into metal detecting. You could be an attorney with a JD degree and be 30 years old and want to get into metal detecting. Well, you know, when you get degrees in those two fields of endeavor, you know, you don't get too much into engineering electronics with your education, do you? The grades K through 12, you don't get a lot of electronics lingo being taught to you, do you? You know, the old sharpshooter's sort of lucky. I had some advanced training courtesy of the United States Air Force. All right. So you got people out there that are wanting to get into detecting, and some, because of their budget and income, may be allowed or desire to spend more money than other folks. So when a person goes to, and I'm just using this example here, when they go to Minelab.com and they start reading about all these models of their detectors, you know, the Excalibur, the CTX 3030, the Equinox 800, the Equinox 900, the Manicore. Well, what is the person going to be doing with that detector? Are they going to be salt beach hunting? We're going to use this as the example here. Oh, they're going to be hunting on Salt Beach. They've seen some people out, maybe they've been on vacation, and they're like, you know what, I need to get some exercise, and when I go on vacation, go to my condo that I've got rented or whatever, I'm going to get out here with this metal detector and get me some exercise, and this sort of fascinates me. Well, how does that person know which detector to buy exactly? I mean, you can go read Multi-IQ, Multi-IQ Plus, BBS, FBS, FBS2. You got to read all that stuff. But what is it telling you? Now, these detector models have different prices, don't they? So if you go to a dealer's website, you're going to see that the Excalibur costs more than a Manicore. You're going to go to a dealer's website and you're going to say, oh, that old CTX, oh, it's got a seawater mode on it. Oh, it must be great for the beach. And I'm not saying it's not per se, but it costs even more than an Excalibur. So a person not knowing any better may start what? They may start equating price for performance, mightn't they? They may order a CTX. They may order an Excalibur. They really don't even intend to dive with the Excalibur. Maybe they intend to wade with it, but they like the waterproof rating. So they buy one of the two models that are more expensive than a Manticore. Well, just where on Minelab's site are their models rated in relation to one another for the different endeavors a person would choose to do with a metal detector? High mineral dirt, salt beach. You get my drift? So you could be fooled, right? You could buy the more expensive Excalibur thinking that you are buying basically the second highest performing detector Minelab currently has. But on a salt beach, that's false, ain't it? The Manticore will run circles around that thing. What about the CTX? The CTX is currently priced more than twice that of an Equinox 900. But which one on gold rings on that salt beach has advantage exactly? And how does the potential buyer know this? Now, I'm not expecting a metal detector manufacturer to share exact depth numbers when it comes to their different models. I'm not expecting that at all. But wouldn't it be nice on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the best? Now, this would be for our currently offered models, so if a unit was discontinued, it would be taken out of the mix. It wouldn't be listed. Current offered models. So on a salt beach, generally for depth on gold rings, which detector would get the 10? Which detector might get a 9? Which detector might get a 7? Which detector may get a 4? You see what I'm saying? So the consumer out there is what? They're reading all this scientific engineering lingo provided by Minelab. Now, it's not just Minelab, don't get me wrong here. But how do they know what they're buying? And why should they have to go out and soul search on the internet? Because look, not all YouTube channels provide honest, accurate data. So on most gold rings, which multi-frequency detector sold in its current stock form is the deepest? That's the one that should have the highest rating for that endeavor, correct? Which machine is the deepest? Looking for non-ferrous targets in high mineralized dirt. So looking at the price range of what Minelab offers is very deceiving, isn't it? So why don't they come out with an actual scale with the different venues you would use the detector in on a 1 to 10 scale? Now, I'm not even saying a detector would ever be labeled a 1. But there sure should be some labeled 4, 5, and 6 versus 8, 9, and 10, correct? I mean, a manufacturer shouldn't be afraid, and they know this. The engineers know this at Minelab. They are the ones engineering them, and they're the ones testing them. So they should volunteer this information to the consumer. This is not about comparing their products to another company's product. Because, like I said, you can log on to a site like Big Boy Hobbies, and I bought from that gentleman. He's a good dealer. About several thousands of dollars worth of equipment from him. Well, I might be lured into a false sense of security. Oh yeah, I'm gonna buy this $1,999 CTX 3030. I'm a beach hunter. That's the only thing I'm going to use the machine for. Well, have you spent your money in the best way you can? Probably not, based on what I'm seeing. So this is something for the manufacturers to think about. Talking about your own equipment on your own websites. And naturally, what the manufacturer says with their ratings will probably be confirmed through use and be talked about on internet detecting forums, YouTube videos, at least the honest ones. Okay. I believe this is what should be happening, because the price of their products is not reflective of the performance necessarily, is it? That is going to conclude the detecting talk of the day.